Hello, hello, and welcome to this week's edition of the Black Belt Newscast. We are live on Friday, March 1st. Do you know
March
what
1st.
today is, Todd?
Yes, I do. It's happy birthday to BBNN, Black Belt
Oh, I
News
didn't
Network.
even notice that. Happy birthday to the Black Belt News Network.
We have been here for a year.
1 year ago today,
One
we
whole year.
started and launched the Black Belt News Network, which has the goal of covering the Black Belt of Alabama, culturally rich area, and we have loved it and really grown a lot in our 1 year of covering the Black Belt.
And we got a lot still to do, but we need your help. So why don't you be part of the Black Belt News Network and send us stuff?
Yes, so that what we are is a community connector, and we do that by connecting us with our stories. That's the best way to be connected. And we have so many awesome stories in the Black Belt. You know, we're based here in Dallas County, Selma, but we have lots of connections to Marengo County and Demopolis. We have been covering Perry County for, I guess, 2 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while, yeah.
So Perry County, we love you guys. Wilcox County, we have a real big goal of 2024 growing into covering you guys. We started covering the commission and Camden City Hall. So, you know, sign up for our daily newsletter. Know what is going on in your community in the Black Belt. You know, we started out as the Selma Sun, and love what we're doing with the Selma Sun. Awesome, you know, print product that has grown so much. We got the voter registration list, which is a big deal. And we have gotten 4 subscriptions since getting that last week. So
awesome.
We've become legitimate now, I guess.
There you go.
But we're here to stay. Y'all have to support us, though.
Yeah, but we got a lot of videos and a lot of stuff. So let us know what you like. But like you said, support us.
And YouTube is where to go to find our videos, and also at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com under multimedia. You'll see all the videos that we do, but including our newscast that we're doing right now. And
advertiser.
Advertise with us. We'll talk about our sponsors at the end. But what we've got this week, our top stories of this week, you know, our newscast is always the headlines. Jubilee has to, for the Black Belt, be the top thing for the weekend. And the week. It's been all the talk this week, and wondering who is going to come and be our main speaker at Jubilee the bridge crossing. 59th annual. Next year is the 60th. And we'll talk about some goals for the 60th that we know of in 2025. But meanwhile, we are launching into the 2024 Jubilee. And we know now that Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the U.S., is coming to Jubilee. She's returning. She was here in 2022. She's also been here in 2018 when she was a senator. So we welcome her back as the main speaker. Last year, of course, we had President Joe Biden, which was a big deal. I kind of thought we would get Biden this year, being an election year.
Yeah.
Was kind of surprised we didn't, but I know that there's a lot going on. Border talk seems to be the big thing, but let's see what she talks about this year. And we will be everywhere this weekend. We've got the Foot Soldiers Breakfast tomorrow morning. We'll be meeting with a civil rights descendant tomorrow, and we'll be getting some details from him. It's so neat that his family was actually friends with Edmund Pettus's family. The Pettus family.
Oh, wow.
And he's going to be talking about some of the reparation work that he's doing with his family. And so that will be, we'll be meeting with him on Saturday, and we'll share that story with you guys next week. And Todd, you have something exciting you're doing during Jubilee.
Yeah, tomorrow morning, probably the whole family is going to get this. We're going to get in my old VW bus, and we're going to start in Marion with the Lowndes County Jubilee celebration. They do a motorcade from Marion through Selma, across the bridge, and all the way to Lowndes County. They're going to go to the Interpretive Center on Highway 80 this year, where they're going to have an event there.
Which we covered it last year.
Yeah, they last year they did it at Whitehall. Last year was the first year.
Oh, right, Whitehall.
They did it it was the first year for this part. The motorcade's been going for 4 years. This will be the second year for their big event there with the motorcade included. But the motorcade features Corvettes, fancy American muscle cars, stuff like that. I'm
And
gonna
a
pull up
Falcon.
the rear and a beat up Volkswagen bus. So
Why not?
fun with it.
Well, and that is, we cover all
Yeah,
of the activities for the Jubilee that are throughout the Black Belt, and we all take advantage of that. Of the folks that are coming, we will have lots of visitors. The weather's going to be half decent. It's
yeah. I'm
not
gonna have video
today.
and stuff. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
video of the motorcade, so we'll have a lot of stuff to see and read.
Oh, and yeah, and Kamala Harris. I forgot to show our awesome video. So
Yeah,
I
right.
got this last year. We end up in the press corps. So this is
Mhm.
me from the press corps, and it's challenging because I can't go anywhere else. And this is the year I didn't remember my sunscreen, but the Secret Service was very nice to share. I remembered it last year with Joe
That's good.
Biden. But behind me at this point is the thousands that are waiting to march, and um, VP Harris, she joins the group and they march across. So this is pretty much exactly what it's going to look like in 2 days. They set up a stage, and we have lots of great speakers, and we will broadcast from there. I know last year I did a TikTok reel from there, and so we'll broadcast from the Jubilee.
Cool. That's gonna be fun.
So let's
Weekend.
keep going. Brown Chapel, tell us about the renovations that they've got going on.
Well, they've been doing a lot of renovations. Speaking of the Jubilee and the 1965 voting right, the historic Brown Chapel AME Church has been doing a lot of restoration. They have recently completed restoration of the steeple and the roof. That's when they were working on that. And they have been, of course, they got money, they got grants. That money only goes so far, so they've been asking for donations. Matter of fact, Bruce Holmes, who's the head of the donations drive, said he made some calls and wrote some letters. And he got a phone call that said, "We've got a $250,000 donation we want to give you." And he said, "What?" The whole story, there's a video and, of course, a story about it to give you all the details. But what they're going to do is take that money and they're going to do some of the renovations on the inside of the building. Much of the outside's already been done. So now what they're going to do is there's termite damage on the woodwork in the balcony and inside. There's mold and mildew and just a bunch of other stuff that they need to clean up and fix inside the building. So that's what they're going to use this money to do, and get that done. Hopefully have it, if not completed, but have it safe and useful by the 2025 60th anniversary Jubilee. So we'll have to see. Hopefully they're going to be able to do that. I had a most wonderful conversation with Mr. Holmes and with Pastor Leota Strong, two of the nicest people, extremely nice, and more than happy to talk about what's going on at the church. So go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com and watch the video and see what they had to say. And, of course, read the story in our Selma Sun newspaper. And, Cindy, you left me. Did you leave me again this this time, like last time? Well, Cindy will be back in just a minute, but it suffices to say that there is plenty going on this weekend. If you happen to get some good video this weekend of the Jubilee, send it to us. We'd like to incorporate that and include that. We'll be getting video of the events that we attend. I'll get video of the motorcade, and there's Cindy. She's back.
Hey, oh my gosh, yes. I'll tell you, it's so challenging to do this stuff from the Black Belt because our Wi-Fi is bad, and I know you guys can identify with me.
Well, I think we talked about that last week, that the government
it happened last week. And I even warned Todd earlier that I only had one bar, but we're going to do this anyway. Braveness is what this is. So let's talk about Tabernacle Baptist next. Since, we're going to load that movie or these videos back in. One thing that I think is really cool, I'm going to talk about this first. Okay. When I went in there for the press conference at Tabernacle Baptist, which is on Broad Street, look, this is from the Selma Interpretive Center. they have the displays from it that while it is closed for the $10 million expansion plan for the Selma Interpretive Center, this is all of the display things, well, some of them that are in the second floor and first floor of Tabernacle Baptist. So you can still go see the civil rights movement, displays,
Yeah.
which I thought was really great, and really wanted to show that to everybody. Yeah, I'm looking.
That way, while the interpretive center is down, you don't miss out seeing at least some of the displays.
Exactly.
Good deal.
And also, I'm going to remove this if it'll let me do it. So they did announce that Tabernacle Baptist is getting $750,000 will be used. This was the press conference announcement. Terry Sewell had a very busy day on Tuesday doing some grant and check money presentations. This one was at Tabernacle Baptist. That is the pastor, Otis Culliver. And the $750,000 is going to be used for rewiring. As I showed in the previous video, it's a beautiful, and I've been to services here too, beautiful sanctuary, but it was built in 1922. So obviously there's a lot to keep up with new technology and availability. And that's what this announcement for the money was for. They've also gotten $500,000. And some of this also is going to the foundation, fixing literally the foundation, not like a nonprofit foundation.
Right, but the actual building's foundation.
The ground underneath it. Yeah. So that the drainage is better and keeps it going, because it's such an important part of our history, of Black history, of American history. So this money, I'm sure it won't be the last, but that's Terry Sewell presenting the check for that, because she actually made another trip, and I have to reload this video, so y'all bear with me. She made another trip.
Mentioned the foundations, and we're going just like with Brown Chapel and so many of our historic buildings, those type things have to be done so we can keep them going and keep them preserved, which is very important, to preserve our history and learn from it and pass it on to our children. So
so she also went to Selma University. And another piece of American history and Black history is Selma University, which Tabernacle is a offshoot of. It's a church that was connected to Selma University. And this is Pollard Hall. And Pollard Hall, they got $750,000 to redo this building. There's Terry Sewell giving another $750,000 check. It was a busy day Tuesday, very windy as well. And that's also Stan Agian, who is the president of Selma University. And he's done they've gotten them reaccredited. They're working on getting them back into getting federal aid, which they lost for a while. So big stuff at Selma University. And even at the end of this check presentation, you'll see 2 students that were part of receiving the funds. But they're going to turn Pollard Hall into a museum and have a lot of listing the history. Now, this one was built 1916. I'd have to go look through the actual date, but it's even earlier than Tabernacle. And it was a manse, from where the pastors of the president of the university would live. And they're going to have some living space and also video space upstairs. It's a pretty big building.
Yeah.
Yep. So that is
doing well.
Now, there was one more stop that Terry Sewell made on Tuesday, and that is she also had a check, or she was part of a check giving for the Delta Regional Authority.
Oh, yeah.
That gave $2 million. So this is Delta Regional Authority gave $2 million to the city of Selma to resurface 59 blocks. People are like, 59, does Selma really have 59 blocks, city blocks? Yeah, we do. It's 7 roads, if you think about it. When you add all of it up, it's 7 roads, and it's in the disaster area 1 is what they're calling it. So out of the tornado, the roads so it's basically East Selma, Broad to Washington to First Avenue, and JL Chestnut is included.
Yeah.
So it's all the impacted disaster area, but we needed it anyway, right? We have potholes.
Those roads needed work to begin with, but after the tornado, they were even worse. So,
well, and this allows them to actually dig down to the surface and start from there, not another layer, which is what is important. Danielle Wooten had, who is the planning director, gave really good details about. It also allows improving the water retention.
Oh yeah,
that is always an issue as well.
right.
So that's $2 million. Another announcement Tuesday, busy day.
The big day. It was a big day for Selma, a big day for Dallas County, big day for the Black Belt.
We're going to skip over to Montgomery for a second.
Yeah, let's go to Montgomery. Most folks in the state of Alabama have heard that last Saturday evening, an explosive device was detonated near the Attorney General's office, and they have got a suspect, and that's him. That is surveillance video. It's been looped upon itself so that you see the same guy over and over again. But that's surveillance video, and the FBI and the ABI are seeking the information and seeing if anybody knows anything about this guy who is a suspect in that explosive device that was detonated near the Attorney General's office. So if you know anything about it, they're asking you if you would please be so kind as to go to fbi.gov/ Alabama AG explosion, or just call 1-800-CALL-FBI, and you can upload any digital files to the website. You can tell them anything at the phone number, 1-800-CALL-FBI. So they're looking for the public to help them out is what it is. So,
visit blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. We've got that story is up, and we're keeping a watch on that one. Make sure to sign up for our daily newsletter that comes out at 3:00. And you can go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, and it'll ask you within the first 3 seconds, and just put your email in there. It's free. It costs you nothing. And then send your news. We want to know what you've got going on.
Yeah, we do. If you send it to Black Belt News Network, to news at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, then we'll follow up on it. And that also helps us know what things are interesting to you. So
that's right.
Better cover
helps so much.
Yes.
So I want to end on something positive.
Yeah.
I got to get the video for it. But yeah, let's talk about Laney's. I actually got a question about this, and ironically, I'd seen something on Facebook that reminded me that I needed to figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
When is Laney's going to reopen? I get that question a lot. So Laney's was part of, I actually have a really good video of the family. So it's in East Selma. And it is right there in the
disaster area,
in the path of in East Selma, and it was really a scary experience. But and the family talked to me about that. This is Samuel.
The tornado when it hit, I was standing up in the door over there.
God bless you.
So that was when I tried to get an interview with Samuel, and it took a couple of tries because that was right after the storm. What they ended up doing was serving kind of COVID style, where they just didn't have you inside because the damage was too bad, and they brought food to you in the cars right after the tornado in January 12th, in that week after the tornado. Right. But in the end, Laney's decided that they would do what they had planned to do all along, which was to redo. Let me go back to the beginning. They wanted a new one anyway. So they knocked down the old one in East Selma. And this is the new rebuilt one. This was a little while ago, wasn't it? Maybe a month ago?
About a month or so. Yeah, about a month, maybe a little over a month ago.
Right. So they had hoped to be open today, the Friday of Jubilee, starting of Jubilee weekend, but they had to wait. They weren't quite ready yet. So, and there's Todd. You crack me up. Well, there's the inside. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I'm
So
sure
their
we're complete
plan
now.
is to reopen on April 1st. So not when they wanted to, but it takes time. And so
Yeah,
they have a lot of support from everywhere. They are a renowned barbecue
oh
spot
yeah,
and
yeah. I'm trying to lose weight.
well
Barbecue.
renowned.
We got some
So,
good barbecue joints here, and that's one of the best right there. I can't wait until they open back up. That's where I'm gonna go
right.
on my day.
So, as always, visit blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. We have so much going on. We'll have some video out of Jubilee weekend. I'll do
Yeah.
some reels while I'm out and about, and you'll grab some stuff too.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I'll get some stuff. And
we always like to thank our sponsors.
thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you,
Miller.
Randall Miller Funeral Service, doing some really great stuff. If you want to be a sponsor, email us at news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. And also make sure to follow us, Facebook, Instagram. Yes, we're on TikTok.
Yep.
And YouTube has all of our videos we've been doing for years, actually.
Yeah.
And that is the best way to know what's going on. And we will see you guys next week. And next week's will be a huge edition.
Yeah. Well, it always is, but it'll be good. And we'll have a lot of
Jubilee crazy
Jubilee, but
amount of stuff.
And thanks for being here. Happy birthday.
To the Black Belt News Network.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Next week.